Well, what did I tell you, folks? I told you to give it a day or two, and we would be right back here again discussing another story about a plane crash or some sort of plane accident. And this morning, we were about this close to another tragedy in the skies. There was a United Airlines flight taking off from Houston headed to New York, and as the plane was taking off, as it is running down the runway, one of the engines bursted into flames. Now, luckily for everyone, they caught this early before the plane really took off. But if this had happened 30, 45 seconds, a minute later, we would be having a whole entirely different discussion here today. Okay? But I mean, at some point, we have to acknowledge what is going on here. And folks, it's not like I'm Nostradamus. I'm not predicting plane crashes because I'm a psychic. I'm just someone that pays attention. And if you've been paying attention, even if you haven't been paying attention, if you've been watching my videos, then none of this stuff is coming as a surprise to you. I've already exposed, you can go look at past videos. I'm not going to go over everything here. But I mean, it is not safe to fly right now. Everything from the parts that they're using to build these planes to the people that they're using to do the labor, it's all completely ridiculous. They're using cheap parts to build these planes now. They are taking scraps out of junkyards and building these planes now. They are hiring people who are unqualified to build the airplanes. They are hiring people who are unqualified to fly the airplanes. They are hiring people who are unqualified to direct the air traffic. It's a complete recipe for disaster. And these plane crashes really aren't nothing new. Yes, we had 2 very tragic plane crashes in the last couple of days, but these accidents involving planes, it's been happening at an alarming rate for the last few years now. And it's going to take a long time to turn this around. You're not just going to come in and fix all of these problems in one day, because these problems weren't all caused in one day, okay? It took a while for us to get here, and it's going to take us a while to improve this situation. But before I ramble on any further, let's go ahead and take a look at what happened, and let's find out some more information here, and then I'll be right back with more.
We are following some breaking news out of Houston, Texas, after a United airplane caught fire at Bush's airport right there. It did have to be evacuated. So far, no reports of any injuries, but I did want to share some video that's coming into our studio. Take a listen.
No, it's on fire! Oh my gosh. Please get us on. It's on fire. This is jet.
All right, so that was some video right there that we did want to share with you from our Fox 26 Houston. Meanwhile, you are taking a live look at Houston, Texas right now. I did want to share some more information about the flight from Houston to New York that did have to be evacuated after it caught fire during takeoff. That's according to the FAA. And the very latest is that the FAA says the crew of United Airlines Flight 1382 had to stop their takeoff from George Bush Intercontinental Airport because of a reported engine issue. That happened at around 8:35 a.m. local time this morning. We shared video acquired by Fox 26 Houston with you, showing that the wing of the plane caught on fire. And in that video, you heard a flight attendant asking for passengers to stay in their seats. One of those passengers pushing back, saying, "It's on fire." Now, some passengers did have to use the emergency slide to get off the plane. That's according to the Houston Fire Department. No injuries were reported, and the FAA currently investigating the situation. I also wanted to share this with you. This is a statement from the spokesperson of the FAA. on this incident, saying, quote, the crew of United Airlines Flight 1382 safely aborted its takeoff from the George Bush Intercontinental Houston Airport in Texas due to a reported engine issue at around 8:35 a.m. local time on Sunday. Passengers deplaned on the runway and were bused to the terminal. The Airbus A319 was flying to LaGuardia Airport in New York. The FAA will investigate, contact the airline for additional information. So some breaking news coming in.
Look, all I'm going to say is that if you're someone who's planning on taking a flight right now, you are a brave MFer. I'm looking at all of these people that are still booking flights right now, and I'm like, listen, you are braver than me. I think I will drive wherever I need to go. But then again, you know, when I look at how all of these things are happening at such an alarming rate, part of me wonders, it definitely doesn't go over my head, that this is part of the agenda. Some of you all will know what agenda I'm talking about, but part of the agenda to stop people from traveling, to stop people from flying, to kind of keep people contained in one little area. So, you know, it's a slippery slope here with how we deal with this problem, because I feel like the common sense solution right now would be to pause everything. I know that, you know, there's important stuff going on, but I feel like people's lives are more important. We can't have planes crashing, falling out of the sky, and running into each other every day. I feel like we need to pause. Even if it's just for 12 hours, 24 hours, pause everything and let's get everyone's heads together. Let's get ish together. You know what I mean? Pause everything for a moment so we can regroup. Let's figure out, okay, let's figure out every place that's understaffed. Let's figure out the problems that are going on in the control towers before another crash happens. Like, part of me feels like that's what we need. It's hard to tackle this problem while there's still nonstop flights going everywhere. There's still helicopters flying under this plane. That plane almost missing that plane. It feels like you just need to stop all of the commotion for a moment and everyone get their ish together. But I understand that that is a slippery slope as well. And we can't allow them to do pauses like that, because then they'll use stuff like that to take total control and to keep people in their 15-minute cities. You can't travel anywhere. The travel is only for the elites. But hey, I don't want to go too far into that territory in this video. I'll definitely make another video going over my thoughts about this agenda and how maybe this is all part of the plan. But right now, it just feels like something needs to be done, because what is the solution? And for most people, you know, they're just realizing that this is a problem. These past two plane crashes in like DC and Philly, it kind of woke them up. Now these plane crashes are on everyone's radar. But, you know, me and people who watch my channel, we've been talking about this for months. And it's like nothing has been done. Now, I know we have a new president, new leadership. They're going to restructure a lot of the jobs. They're getting DEI out of the way. But still, I mean, we got airplanes that are flying in the sky every day that are made with junk parts that were put together by people who had no business putting planes together. So it doesn't matter who you fire if the equipment isn't even up to standards. And I'm not sure, you know, exactly what type of airplane this is, but there are multiple airplane manufacturers that have been exposed for bad practices, Boeing being the main one. But for now, I want to know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.